Before you start the test, we need to hear you speak, so we'll give you a question. Listen to the question, then give your answer. You have 30 seconds to answer this question. Try to speak for as long as you can. How do you like to spend your weekend time? Explain in detail.
To start the test, please click Next. Part A. Reading. Please read the sentences as you are instructed. Please read sentence 1. Now read sentence 2. Now please read sentence 3. Now read sentence 4. Now read sentence 5. Please read sentence 6. Now read sentence 7. Now read sentence 8. Part B. Repeat. Please repeat each sentence that you hear. For example, a voice says,
Leave town on the next train.
and you say,
Leave town on the next train.
Can you remember many details of your childhood? He shouldn't give you any trouble.
It rained non-stop for 8 hours today.
That farm is a small, family-owned business.
Would you please ask Richard to come to my office?
For more information, call the number below.
How long will it take to get the newest version?
Just between you and me, I don't like the new manager.
Famous people are rarely seen on the street.
Since time was short, we had to miss breakfast. Please review chapters 1 to 5 for the final exam.
A good polishing would have those windows looking like new.
This blanket will keep you comfortable on cool nights.
Today I'll purchase 3 gifts and get a sofa for the living room.
Half the order arrived today, and the rest will be here next week.
On most flights, a light meal or snack is served.
Part C. Questions. Now, please just give a simple answer to the questions. For example, a voice says,
Would you get water from a bottle or a newspaper?
and you say,
A bottle.
or,
From a bottle.
If you get a raise, does your salary increase or get smaller?
What common substance can a person put in coffee to make it sweeter?
If you want to let in the sunlight, would you open the blinds or close them?
If I make a mistake when I'm writing, should I transfer it or erase it?
When the kitchen light stopped working, did Jack replace the bulb or did he replace the ladder?
Is Fred older or younger than his son?
How many hours are there in a day? Is fish considered seafood or literature?
What do you call the assignments that students are given to do at home after class?
Do you take a bath in the tricycle or in the tub?
Leaves are just beginning to grow on the trees. What season is it?
Kathy has too much disposable income. Is she rich or poor?
Which is bigger, a mouse or a dog?
If you practice something, do you usually get better or worse at it?
Was Dan punished or praised for breaking the record in the race?
Amelia can't make it to her appointment. Should she cancel it or laugh at it? If something is easily breakable, is it sturdy or delicate? Is a miniature of something smaller or larger than the original?
Would you expect to find dandelions among grass or in a museum?
The movies are geared toward adults. Are they for grown-ups or kids?
What tool would you use to dig a hole in the garden?
Are shrimp, crab, and scallops seafood or recordings?
Who stars in films, actors or directors?
Some people can't read. Is this a problem with literacy or with mulching?
Part D. Sentence builds. Now please rearrange the word groups into a sentence. For example, a voice says,
Was reading. My mother. Her favorite magazine.
and you say,
My mother was reading her favorite magazine.
Prepared. Dessert. The cook.
Of my life. A description. I have given you.
The public. Fearful. Remains. With. Check. Your doctor.
his gift, to exchange. Jack needed. Someone should, with her homework, help Sandy. Wanted us, Bob and his mother, to go with them. For a large bowl of chicken soup, the customer asked. Katie will play in the concert her violin. The band's performance awaited an enthusiastic crowd.
Part E. Story Retellings. You will hear a short story. You will have 30 seconds to retell the story. Try to retell as much of the story as you can, including the situation, characters, actions, and ending.
Sam wanted to learn how to speak French. His girlfriend was from France, and he wanted to talk to her in her own language. He secretly took French classes for 6 months. Finally, he surprised her one night speaking to her in French. His girlfriend was so surprised that she was speechless.
The woman who lives down the street is a wonderful woman. She is always doing nice things for other people. One day she fell from her bike and broke her arm. When the neighbors found out, they took turns bringing her dinner every night for an entire month. When she got better, she invited everyone to a dinner party at her house.
It was an unusual summer. The weather was cold and rainy, not warm and sunny like usual. Will and Alice had gone to the lake for the summer. They wanted to go swimming and fishing, but they stayed inside and played card games instead.
Part F. Open questions. You will hear a question, and then you will have 40 seconds to answer the question.
Many children spend hours each day playing sports. Is it good to encourage children to play sports? Why or why not? Many children spend hours each day playing sports. Is it good to encourage children to play sports? Why or why not? Do you think raising a child is easier or more difficult today than it was 30 years ago? Please explain. Do you think raising a child is easier or more difficult today than it was 30 years ago? Please explain.
This